Ready for our next bout. Cal Gill out of KMAA in Knoxville, undefeated at 1-0, taking on Coburn, Virginia's Charles Philpot. Tough guy at 2-1, as our first heavyweight bout of the night is upon us, presented by Sprint PCS. Back to the cage and Shamir.
All right, who's ready for some heavyweight action? This next fight is brought to you by Sprint PCS. It is in the heavyweight division. I'll introduce out of the red corner first, Cal Gill!
Cal Gill first out. And Gill's one victory over Brandon Hendricks in this bout. And we're going to see, I think, two very different body types between these two, and very different camps. Of course, that KMAA camp, terrific. You know, there's great training there. What do you think about Gill, Bubby?
So just coming off of it, he's got a referee stoppage, TKO round 1, 138, Valor 49. I'm really excited to see how he moves this fight. He's kind of stepping it up a notch. I really respect him for that. Looking to take off a 23-year-old in Charles Philpot. So,
yeah, Philpot hasn't fought since March of 2017. So more than a year of inactivity for Philpot. His last fight was a loss to Jordan Owenby. That was back at Valor Fights 41, and we're at Valor Fights 51 right now. Philpot's fight before that was over Brock Walker in 2016, and had victory over Troy Rutledge as well. Cal Gill steps into the cage. Big guy, a heavyweight, ready to go. And let's go back to Shamir.
And now, introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Charles Philpot!
So here's Charles Philpot. You'll see quite the difference in body between these two. And Philpot, who is much shorter than Gill, that height is certainly going to be something that will be a difference. What do you think about the matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. You got a shorter, stockier guy, also come from a wrestling base. So you get a shorter guy like this with a wrestling base. Obviously, in this weight class, these guys need to be on top.
Take a look at the tail of the tape in this heavyweight bout of Valor Fights 51. Philpot's been in the cage 2 more times than Gill. And you see the age difference, as Philpot is 10 years younger than Gill. And then the height difference. Gill 6 inches taller than the shorter, stockier Philpot. And both guys north of 250. Gill at 250, Philpot at 254. Heavier than what they've even fought in years past. Philpot is in the cage, and we're ready to get our first heavyweight bout of the night underway in Johnson City. Back to Shamir.
This fight is contested at heavyweight, brought to you by Sprint PCS. Introducing out of the red corner, this man hails from Knoxville, Tennessee, out of Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. He weighed in at 250 pounds. He holds a record of 1 win with 0 defeats. Cal Gill! His opponent, standing across the corner in the blue corner. He hails from Coburn, Virginia, representing Team Fast. He weighed in at 244.5 pounds. He holds a record of 2 wins with 1 loss. Charles Philpot! Your referee for this bout is Jimmy Neely.
Jimmy Neely, our referee in this heavyweight bout presented by Sprint PCS at Valor Fights 51 in Johnson City. Cal Gill in the black trunks, Charles Philpot in the green trunks. Philpot, a teammate of Chandler Coles, in our main event tonight against Aaron Bush, another heavyweight bout. That's for the strap among the pros, and we're underway.
You got Philpot coming out as a southpaw, common for the wrestler, righties and lefties. But you got the KMAA product already establishing the power. Here comes Philpot in for the single. Establishes a takedown over Cal Gill. Let's see if he can pressure forward on it and keep this fight on the mat, which is where he needs it.
Gill trying to get up. Actually, those trunks are more red on Gill.
Yeah, they.
So Gill is up, a single leg for Philpot.
Philpot running by the method. One rabbit's easier to catch than two. Doing a good job at staying on the single leg on a larger frame guy.
When they're that big.
Yes, right.
Right hand underhook.
You got Philpot doing what he does best once again, needing to stay on top and imposing his wrestling will. He's centered out, full side control, almost getting swept. Manages to pull him back down. That was close, and that really could have been a pivotal point in the round right here, only as well as the fight. Full mount for Philpot, looking to put him away. Let's see if he can ride that bull, though.
Remember with the amateurs, they'll stop
Cross
it quicker.
face, gives up his back is Cal Gill. Philpot lets him up, sprawls out, looking to turn the corner on him. This is the wrestler right here. Nice front head and arm, snapping his head down to the mat, spinning to the back is Philpot. Back to full mount again he goes. At this pace right here, and if he keeps the same pace, this is what we could probably expect from Chandler Cole.
Yeah, definitely. And working with Cole has to be an advantage.
Absolutely.
None of those strikes from Philpot really, I think, landing on Gill, but it's just the constant pressure.
Yes, absolutely. In wrestling, they call it the presence of pressure. This position right here got his weight stacked up on him, just hard to deal with, especially as a larger frame guy, like you said, upwards of 250 pounds.
Nearing a minute left in round number 1 of this heavyweight bout presented by Sprint PCS of Valor Fights 51.
Let's see if Cal Gill can at least turtle to give up some position. Doesn't really have to worry about his hooks being sunk in too much with just a frame.
Those shots, not 12.
Big hammers from Philpot right here, looking to put Cal Gill away. Cal Gill grabbing the fence.
I thought he was out.
And he turns. And the worst thing that can happen right here is he lets Philpot get between him and the cage. Philpot going for the north-south choke, dropping his shoulder down on him. Let's see if he can finish him. He's deep. He's deep, Vince.
Gill, can he survive
He can't.
here?
He's looking to tap. There's the tap right here. Goes one round in. Philpot puts him away with beautiful north-south choke.
Dominant performance by Colburn, Virginia's Charles Philpot. Wow. From the get-go, the pressure, the attack.
Amazing.
And he landed, before that choke submission, he landed easily 20 unanswered quick shots to the head of Gill.
Absolutely, absolutely. That fight right there, pure 101 wrestling. Stayed in on the single, never ditched it. Look at him going through right here. Got a good far side underhook, got his weight centered properly. Just ground and pounding over Cal Gill. Cal Gill not paying much attention, but now it gets real when he locks the north-south choke, flattens out on him, hides his head behind the shoulder, as you see right here, which is a ultimate no-no. When you are on the bottom, you don't ever let that position up. Very hard position to defend when it's this locked. Great words of Kurt Osiander, when you've gone that far, you effed up a long time ago.
Wow. All right, let's make it official. We go back to
your
Shamir.
referee, Jimmy Neely, stops this fight at 2 minutes and 28 seconds in the first round via north-south choke for Charles